I'm Marie, I'm a director at Synergy Recruitment.
And I'm Yasmin, also a director at Synergy.
And we've recently celebrated our 3rd birthday, so we thought we'd do a bit of reminiscing and think back to all the different challenges we've had to face really during the 3 years that we've been open. So what do you think the first one is? When we first started,
well,
the biggest challenge was?
Yeah, the biggest challenge was the fact that we had covenants in place from where we worked together previously that said that we couldn't contact any of our clients for the first 6 months.
Yeah.
So when we first set up, we couldn't speak to anyone that we already knew, and we had to basically win business with people that had no idea who we were or.
Yeah, no reviews, no social proof.
Yeah.
We were going around local business parks, literally handing leaflets out saying, this is our first day.
It's so weird to think about that now, isn't it?
I can remember it vividly though, in my head, going around the different local business parks and how exhausted we were.
Yeah, we were, because, we were. I can remember that as well, because we tried to do too much, didn't we? And we were going to all sorts of different ones.
Yeah, we thought we could do a full day of going around different business parks and handing out leaflets, but having that much enthusiasm all day. I remember after the first day we got to the end, we felt so miserable at the end of it, didn't we? So tired. We can't do a full day tomorrow. We cannot do. No, we'll do half a day tomorrow and then we'll go back to the office. But it was tough, wasn't it? Because I don't know if you know how many agencies there are in the world, but there's a lot, and a lot of recruitment agencies. So it was trying to convince people, look, we've just set up, believe in us, we'll look after your recruitment, which is such an important part of somebody's business, recruiting the right staff, finding, the right candidates and trying to get them, convince them to give us a chance.
It's making me wonder how we did that.
Well, obviously it's our natural charm. I can't say without laughing.
Yeah.
No, it was.
That was tough, and obviously, it wasn't just going around giving out leaflets. It was cold calling, ringing up businesses, and basically just trying to convince people to work with us without having any proof that we
could do it, and do it well. And then we actually did quite well, didn't we, at the beginning? The first 3 months, October, November, December, we started to get vacancies. We were making placements. It was brilliant. So I remember leaving in December on like a real high. Like this is great. We've got business coming in, and we've only just started, and thought, it's just going to continue into the new year. And then we came back, and it was January, and it was the most depressing month. It was the amount of pep talks that we had to give each other to keep ourselves G'd up.
Well, that's because January is notoriously quiet for us anyway, and we knew that, and we've worked in recruitment obviously for years, and we would have known that January is a quiet month. But obviously there's a big difference it being a quiet month when you work for somebody versus it being a quiet month when you've given up your salaried job. To set up your own business. So it was really tough, that, wasn't it?
You start questioning yourself though, don't you? I know we were like, have we made the wrong decision, or are we not able, we're not going to be able to do this, why people aren't coming to us, it was. And do you remember we made the video on the 1st of February, cheering in the camera, because it was the 1st of February.
January was over.
January, it's gone.
Yeah.
And it didn't seem so much better, didn't it, from the first? I think we started to get some more vacancies then, and then
that was probably
a
mentality thing as well, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That the word January was gone, and we were happy then instantly. But do you know what though? Do you know what I will say about that time? Not necessarily January, but the period before that, when we were at first having to go out, and at that point, obviously what we would have dreamt of is what we have now. So, regular clients not having to do so much of the business development, because we do get people that come back to us and refer us to other people and that sort of thing. And that's obviously brilliant, don't get me wrong. But I do actually miss some of those times where we were going out and doing all sorts of different things to try and drum up business, because we don't really get the time to do that anymore, do we?
No, and we did. We had some great laughs, didn't we? So I know what you mean. You do miss that element to it.
Yes.
Although, to be honest, one thing that I don't miss is going around those business parks when it's absolutely Baltic. my hands and my feet one day. Do you remember we were going around Crew Business Park?
Yeah.
I thought they're going to drop off in a minute. I can't do it anymore. So I don't miss that. We'll do it when it's nice weather.
Yes.
But yeah, I know it's. And then we sort of we did well, didn't we? We had the first year, got the award, and it was all going in. And then we've got 18 months, and then the pandemic hit.
Oh yeah.
And then that was probably the next biggest challenge, wasn't it?
Yeah, and especially because we were 18 months I think when the pandemic hit.
Yeah.
And kind of in the few months preceding that was when it was really
ramping up.
Yeah.
We were getting busier, weren't we? Quite.
What's the word? It was
consistent.
Yeah, that wasn't my word, but that works. Yeah. It was
Yeah.
It was consistent, and it was really taking off at that point, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then
the lockdown hit, and then 3 months of nothing and having to work from home.
Overnight, didn't it? And that was awful because it was the day after the announcement. I mean, we've talked about this before, but yeah, it was literally phone call after phone call. We're cancelling that. We're pulling that job.
Yeah.
That's not happening anymore. That's new starter's not happening.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't know how we weren't a lot more like besides ourselves about that, but
I know.
Kind of all just had to take it on our chin, didn't we? And this is the way that it is now, and we'll see how it goes. But it is weird to think when we closed the office that day, because I can remember we had no idea when we were going to walk back into that office again.
No. And it's been tough for us all. We've all sort of had such a really challenging 18 months, haven't we?
Yeah. But I think for me, the main thing that has been a challenge isn't necessarily, obviously the loss of business at the time wasn't great. Yeah. But for me, it's having not been able to work together. Having to work from home and not be together.
Yes, it was working from home is not for me. Not when you've got two boys that you've got to homeschool as well. I was nearly sent over the edge with that. So that was definitely my challenge.
Yeah.
But I think the job that we do, we buzz off each other, don't we? And then when things happen, whether it's something positive or something that's driving you crazy, it's to have that other person to be the sounding board or to get advice or just to sort of go, and then when they're not there, you do really miss it, don't you?
Yeah, because I think it's daily we have to give each other. I honestly do. I think it's daily we have to give each other pep talks to keep going
Probably.
through stuff, and always has been, because you've got to have that person that can. We do G each other up a lot.
Yeah.
And then when we weren't working together, it was like
you was working on your own.
It was like you were working
on
your own. That's what it was like. And I know it sounds silly because obviously we could just call each other or have a video call, and we did do that. But I think for us, it's not.
It's not the same.
It wasn't the same. It's not the same energy, and
no.
Got to be able to see. For us, we've got to be able to see each other and see what kind of a mood we're in that day, and if we need help, which is usually me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not me now and again sometimes, but yeah, you do. You need to see each other, don't you?
Yeah.
I tell you what, being a business owner, actually, one of the hard things is actually all the different hats that you've got to wear, because recruitment, it's what we do. We know it. It's we enjoy it, no problem.
Yes.
But then when you come to set up your own business, there's all these other hats that you've got to wear that you wouldn't necessarily choose to wear.
No.
Quite often I give them to Yasmin to do. So if it's anything related to, computers, picking things up really. Digital, Yasmin's your woman. And then Copywriting, yeah, definitely.
You do the books though. I don't do the accounts.
Oh yeah,
stuff.
I do the books. And then if I have to speak in public, then that's my job. That's hands down.
If ever, because we do get that, we'll be at networking events or whatever, and then people go, does anyone want to just say a few words? And I'll just nudge Marie. That's not me. That's not me.
That's your job. So it's me who has to stand up.
Yeah. So there is, I think that's the thing, isn't it? And people do say that when you're going to set up a business, that you have to wear a lot of different hats. But I don't think you quite realise what they will be. Like a podcast presenter, for example. It's not necessarily what we would have had in mind that we're any good at, but here we are.
But it's juggling it all as well. It's not just wearing the hats. It's like, right, well, we've got to do our job and find the candidates for our clients, which obviously is priority, but then everything else around it is like, right, we've got to squeeze that in after work or weekends or, to get it all done. Because there's not enough hours in the day, is there?
No, so that is a challenge for sure.
Any other challenges we've had recently?
I feel like we're rambling on about moaning about
Yeah.
changes. It is great as well.
It is great. We do love
have a
it.
great time.
Well, we'll end it there then.
Yes.
And I'm sure we'll be back for more fun and more chat. So thanks very much for listening, and we'll see you again soon.
Bye.